morning, Jackson State supporters, alumni, and haters. I love y'all all equally. It's Coach Simmons. And you know what? It's about damn time Jackson State just says no. I'm tired of every year looking at Jackson State having these massive road games, then they'll come home and be tired as hell and go flat. So what I'm going to suggest is something that makes 100% sense, is a scenario, and it has facts behind it. Give me a like, share, and subscribe. We're going to go in depth into this one, people. If we look at the schedule for Jackson State this year, it makes somewhat sense for next year. So this year, Jackson State started off on the road playing South Carolina State and Atlanta. Then they went to Miami, Florida. Then they went to Baton Rouge. Then they went to San Marcos. Then they came home for Bethune-Cookman. And then finally, take a day off. Then this is where it gets on my nerve. They go play Alabama A&M in Mobile for the Gulf Coast Challenge. Alabama State homecoming, Valley on the road, UAPB on the road, Texas Southern for homecoming, Alcorn State, well, not homecoming, but Texas Southern for home, off the Alcorn State. So looking at that schedule, and only HBCUs do this, I understand why. Don't get Mr. Ford on me. I know the history behind this. I get it. But only HBCUs still do this. Those classics and those challenges are counted as home games. Now that has got to stop, especially in 2024. The only two games that are confirmed on Jackson State's schedule in stone is a ULM game and some odd way the Orange Blossom Classic. Because ULM, for some reason, is on August 31st. But those are only two games confirmed. Now, the home games, only two that are confirmed. I don't care what they have drafted on their board in the room. Only ones confirmed are Valley at home and UAPB at home. Texas Southern falls off. Alcorn is at Alcorn next year. So, with that being said, and we know you're going to have, that's at least 4 or 5 games right there. You're going to have ULM, you're going to have the Orange Blossom Classic somewhere in there. You're going to have Valley at home, UAPB at home. You're going to have Alcorn and a miscellaneous SWAC school. Now, what I want to do is take the damn classics and challenges and make them road games. Only HBCUs still make those home games. You look at Texas and Oklahoma. You look at Georgia and Florida. Those games are road games, neutral site games. They're not counted against your home game allotment. So, Jackson State, there are 2 schools next year who you must schedule. Because this will not only boost your attendance for your stadium, but also put you back on the map where you belong. 1, Tennessee State. No, we're not doing the Southern Heritage Classic. They want to play Pine Bluff? Have fun with that there. Tennessee State for homecoming, home and home. Because see, Tennessee State is playing a Murderers Road next year anyway. So why not have them schedule a home and home? Having Tennessee State for Jackson State's homecoming next year, you're going to break attendance records. And I mean that. You're going to break Alcorn McNair records. Probably not, but still, you're going to break those records. Also, another school to look forward to, North Carolina A&T. Central said it. They're not going to get attendance unless they have an HBCU in that game. So schedule a home and home with them while they're rebuilding. You're going to have the biggest HBCU versus the boldest HBCU. Having them come to Jackson next year will be huge. and then the year following, return the favor. Go to A&T. See, that way, you're playing your out-of-conference games, you're playing your HBCUs, and you know you're going to have a home schedule of Tennessee State, A&T, and you're definitely going to have the Valley and the UAPB. In fact, if you really think about it, there's a potential schedule that you can do that will make sure that you have not only 6 home games, but you will have at least 5 that will be sellouts. Let's try to work this out. So the only game that's actually on the schedule on FBSschedules.com, and I'll leave the link in the description below, is the game against ULM on 8/31. So that's August 31st, 2024. Now going from there, that game may be changed because Jackson State is signed up for the Orange Blossom Classic, which means they're going to play, I think it's Bethune-Cookman, I'm not sure, but let's say Bethune-Cookman. So let's say they have a week 0 game versus ULM. Okay, that's a road game. You have another road game against, I think it's Bethune-Cookman for the Orange Blossom Classic. That's 2 road games. Home game. I'm not sure if Southern's going to be there or if it's going to be Prairie View. But they'll have a home game on the 10th of September. 2 road games, 1 home game. And because of the fact you didn't play FAMU in that Orange Blossom Classic, you can save them for later. What you gonna do? Okay. You bring in North Carolina A&T for a home game on that 4th game. Just a suggestion? NC A&T. Now that you got them out of the way, you've already had 2 home games in the month of September. You finish off by playing Alabama State. Then you take your obligatory week off. Now that they're out of the way, you go play your road game at A&M for the quote-unquote Gulf Coast Challenge. Now that you did that, you have homecoming open for October 15th. Homecoming? Tennessee State. Think about that. The Southern Heritage Classic in Jackson, Mississippi. That's what I'm talking about, people. Go from there. You're going to have your Valley at home. You're going to have your UAPB at home. Now, you've already had a schedule of ULM, Bethune-Cookman, A&T, PV, Alabama State, Alabama A&M, Tennessee State, Valley, UAPB. You got 2 more games. Last home game of the year. Who do you think? FAMU. Remember, you're not having them in the Orange Blossom Classic. So FAMU will be your November 5th game. Last home game of the year in Jackson, Mississippi. And of course, you're going to finish out by going to play Alcorn. But think about this. That schedule, in the terms of HBCUs, is the golden schedule. Think about the home games you're going to have in Jackson. Even the road games are kind of doable. Now, you know the Valley game, look, Valley is getting better, we think. But people are going to leave Edabina to come to Jackson anyway. It's a staycation, if you will. UAPB, they don't travel. So that can be a game for your friends, the fans to take off. You can have your recruits come visit. You have free tickets to every high school in the state of Mississippi. But to have home games of FAMU, Tennessee State, North Carolina A&T, just to start off, with a 3-game stretch. People, you can't tell me that's a better schedule. Breaks up the home and away game, so you're not starting off from August to damn near end of September away from home. That's what Jackson State can do potentially. And remember, Southern Heritage Classic made approximately $21 million for Memphis. $21 million for the city of Memphis. Now you think about, even if you get half of that for Jackson for the weekend, $10.5 million for Jackson for the weekend. Then flip it again, Nashville, 10.5 the following year. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of impact not playing 4 straight road games can do for Jackson. So what do you think? Leave a comment below. I'm gonna leave the link in the description for the FBS schedules. Want to support the channel? Cash Apps are below, Venmo's below. Like, share, subscribe. Cole Simmons, I'm out.